Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Hakuoki Ito Blossoms in Harada's route. So yeah, I think we're still in Chapter 3, yeah. Anyway, as we had long anticipated, the Imperial Army had arrived at Ito, its legions of soldiers occupying the outer perimeter to prepare for a large-scale assault. Unlike Kyoto, Ito had the advantage of falling in the direct jurisdiction of the shogun. Lord Yoshinobu was all but deified by his citizens. Tensions were reaching their limits, and it wasn't long before all-out violence broke out between the Imperial Army and the Shogun's army of Bakushin. On April 11th, everything changed. After a scheduled diplomatic negotiation between the Satsuma Choshu and the Shogunate was ordered to yield Ito Castle over to the Imperial Army without any resistance. Following directly afterward, all of the sekisho surrounding Ito were shut down by the Imperials. Sekisho, formal toll stations utilized by the shogunate to collect tax revenue, inspect travelers, and provide strategic military locations. Okay. This severely hindered our ability to move in and around the city, giving us no chance but to remain within its borders until the occupation had ended. Sorry. Ugh, who could have seen this coming, huh? You know, I hadn't expected much from those old shogunate, but they still managed to disappoint me by giving up that damn castle without a fight. Hey, sorry about all of this. Oh, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm just worried about whether or not Nagakura and the others were able to escape Ito in time. I hope so too. Otherwise, all that effort we put into helping them was just a waste. I thought we weren't in Ito. Wait, are we still in Ito? I don't remember where we are. Hold on. Sorry, it's coffee time. Right. In order to aid Nagakura and the other members of the Sekio Corps to escape. Why do I keep calling it corpse? Why do I keep saying that? It's not like I don't know how to say that fucking word. Why do I keep saying that? You know what it is? Because I'm like Sekio. I'm trying to say that in court. I can't. I don't know. Whatever. Sticky glue guns to escape. Harada covered them how he knew best, by leading the rear guard. He's always bringing up the rear. There may be Sekisho over in North Senju. We should try heading there. Senju, one of the first ever enclaves built around an inn that connected Nikko Kaido and the Oshu Kaido. I don't know what that means. Okay. A good idea. Harada and I snuck carefully throughout Ito, which had been crawling with Imperial soldiers, hurrying through dim, narrow alleyways to reach North Senju. We made our way to the Sekisho, only to discover that it was well fortified beyond our expectations. Damn, everyone here's strapped with some serious weaponry. Escaping this place isn't going to be easy. What could we do? If the Imperial Army were to discover us here, then we'd be... My mind raced frantically, shuddering at the thought. Okay, interesting. I'm going to guess Kodo, because it could be Shinanui. I don't know. But anyway. Well, what a pleasant surprise. By now I'd expected the two of you to have left Ito ages ago. That voice. Okay, it was Shinanui. I was like, it's one of those two. Most of your allies have already fled north. Impeccable timing, however. Hey, demon girl. I had a question for you. Shinanui quickly snatched my wrist, yanking me closely as he murmured eerily in my ear, Hey. Where in the world is Kodo hiding? Don't even think about lying to me. It won't end well for you. I don't know. The last time I saw him was with you back at Kofu. Hey, get your grimy hands off her, you bastard. I'll let go of her, I'll cut your wrists off. Shinanui paid Harada no mind, instead continuing to press the question. So, you really got no idea? I already told you I don't know. Shinanui clicked his tongue and let go of my hand, tossing it aside without concern. Without another word, he spun around on his heel and stormed away from us. Wait! Father, what did he do now? Shinanui leapt atop a nearby flight of stairs, gazing down at me coldly from over his shoulder. You remember how Kazama and I were once associates with the Satsuma Choshu, yes? Well, we're no longer doing business with them, and have since severed our ties thusly. Kodo exploited that new vacancy and sold his soul to the highest bidder, in this case the Choshu. And of course he brought his entire army of enhanced furies with him. Like with a gasp! Furies are a disease, no different from tuberculosis and other devastating strains introduced by those wretched Westerners. It's extremely contagious. You say that just to make us hurt for Okita, don't you? I'm just going to take a moment here to drink my coffee while staring at you and thinking, you son of a bitch. Don't bring Okita into this. Don't make me feel sad for him. I have to drink lots of coffee today because I have to drink out of my new Black Butler mug. Do I need more mugs? Yes. No, I don't. I'm always like, I don't need more mugs. Yes, I do. I have so many motherfucking mugs. It's not even funny. But this one's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, and I love it. So I'm going to drink coffee all day so I can drink out of it. Because, like, drinking water out of a mug would just be weird. So, anyway. Soon, its reach will spread far beyond our control. If left unchecked, the sickening disease will ravage our entire country, affecting every person in sight. It's kind of his plan, so yeah. What? No! I had to steel myself to prevent from fainting. My lungs felt like they had been crushed. Soon I began to hyperventilate from panic. The Furies suffer from bloodlust, and as their numbers grow, so does their thirst. Kodo knew it would be a battle in numbers against the Shogunate army, so he decided civilians were fair game. Trying to keep a few hundred bloodthirsty beasts is no mean feat, you can imagine, but as luck would have it, Shogunate was smarter than they looked, and they delayed the outbreak of war. For Kodo, this presented somewhat of a conundrum. Now he's scrambling to find a way to feed all his Furies with enough blood to satiate them. Does that mean Kodo is starting to target Shogunate troops now too? Don't be an idiot. Even if he managed to mobilize as quickly as possible, he wouldn't be able to kill them quickly enough to keep his beasts happy. Are the two of you so dim-witted that nothing is ringing any bells for you? Nothing at all. Consider perhaps an empty field located north of here that'll soon host rows of marching soldiers. It's only a matter of time before war erupts there, making their blood ripe for the feasting. At last, Shiranoi's puzzling words came together, sending me into a horrified state. Harada's expression, too, shifted immediately to one of grave concern. Hey, what the hell? Let me get this straight. He's coordinating this entire war just so that he can feed his army of Furies with the flesh and blood of the soldiers killed in combat? That's obscene! The samurai aren't pawns, and their men have dedicated their entire lives to protecting women and children. A necessary sacrifice to him, I'm sure, to ensure the survival of his precious army. Be forewarned, even if they were to win this war comfortably, it would not be the end for his army. Great Britain, France, and Russia, there are plenty of enemies upon which the Empire of Japan can exact its brand of justice. Brands of justice. Hey, that's gonna get us quarantined if you keep talking about your brand of justice, motherfucker. Just like, that's just funny. Because, like, Collar X Malice, right? And then in Collar X Malice, they talk about Shinsengumi. It's pretty great. I just love it. Anyway, Harada's mouth was agape, incredulous in response to the terrifying possibility that Shiranui was describing. So, is that what the Choshu really wants? I thought all you wanted was to dissolve the Shogunate and establish a new republic. I thought that's what you've all been fighting this entire time. For this entire time. God, learn to read. I can't believe this. The thought of Kodo creating those monsters, killing innocent men, women, and children just to feed those beasts sickens me. Was this what you'd hoped to achieve? Is this the country you expected to build? Founded over the bodies of innocent people? Hey, I'm pretty sure he doesn't agree with this. Of course not. Shiranui barked, and so intensely in response that Harada winced. Don't get me wrong. Couldn't give a rat's ass about how humans choose to kill each other. It's their loss, honestly. But this guy, this wasn't the world I was promised, nor is he the same person who spoke so fondly to me about creating a more peaceful world. It's really funny that Shiranui was like, he told me he wanted world peace, and I believed him. Oh, you don't seem like someone who'd want world peace, but I get it. He wants peace for demons, you know, and I just want you fucking humans to leave me the fuck alone. I get it. I'm aware of this, even without your whining. Harada's eyes fluttered as he seemed taken aback by Shiranui's biting remark. You guys don't plan on dying here, do you? Then hurry up and get the hell out of Edo. That'd be nice, but as you can tell, every Sekisho in sight is being well guarded by the Imperial Army. Well, what if I proposed that I could help the two of you escape? Harada and I gazed at one another inquisitively in response to Shiranoi's suggestion. Now, why would a demon like you help the two of us? Don't you hate us or something? Harada had a right to be skeptical. Although Shiranui had saved our skins on another occasion, and namely back in Kofu, I'm just gonna guess he has something to do with he wants us to kill our daddy. Well, I'm not gonna be able to find Kodo without this girl. That's kind of true. Can't blame him for that. There's far more occasions in which he'd opposed us as an adversary, alongside Kazama, in order to abduct me. But what are you talking about? Shiranui suddenly cut himself short. He grimaced through gnashed teeth, and I could have sworn it seemed like he was fighting back the urge to cry. My body be damned. Let it rot in the land of Musashino? Musashino? My spirit will live on forever. I'd never seen Shiranui, or any demon for that matter, so vulnerable, and he spoke very delicately with a sense of purpose. Interesting. What's that? Was that someone's last words? Those words belonged to the master of a friend of mine, right before he was beheaded as a criminal. His master and I never made one another's acquaintance, but because my friend repeated them constantly, I memorized them as well. The purpose is clear. The body is temporary, but the spirit will persevere indefinitely. What is spirit, you may ask? I just want to know what the fuck is going on with you. Believing in the afterlife, or in some sort of cosmic force, is a convenient illusion that humans adopt in order to cope with life's harshness, don't you think? Cannot comprehend putting faith into such a feeble concept. Truly escapes me. Shiranui's voice quivered tearily. Are you okay? Who hurt you? For a brief moment he went silent as he gazed towards the bright cluster of stars shining above us. This conversation is over. Did you want my help, or have you decided that you can handle it on your own? Make your choice, quickly. What do you say, Spacey? I leave it up to you, Harada. I'll leave it up to your discretion, Harada. I didn't feel fit to offer anything to this decision. I trusted Harada to make the right choice, which in this moment seemed to be asking for Shiranui's aid. You do that, because then if we die, it's on you, not me. Hey, thanks for that. Well, at the very least, this doesn't seem like one of his tricks. The timing couldn't have been more perfect either. Why don't we take him up on his offer? Okay, understood. I agree. Alright then, let's get started. I'll provide a distraction for the guard stationed in the Sekisho. Once they see me, it's up to you to run past them. Got it. I owe you one, Shiranui. He's like, listen very carefully to me. Your window of opportunity will be very slim. Shiranui slipped his pistol from out of his holster and lowered his legs to ready himself. Then he pointed the gun's barrel towards the sky, firing 2 shots in quick succession. The crack of gunfire startled the nearby group of Imperial soldiers, who came sprinting out in fear. The funny thing is, he can just disappear, so it's like smoke, he's gone. What was that sound? Huh? Say, weren't you the guy who used to guard Takasugi? Shinsaku Takasugi, a Choshu warrior who belonged to the Imperial Nationalist Party. He was a cunning strategist and founder of the Kiheitai that helped organize the 2 Choshu expeditions. I don't know if I said that right, but whatever. Correct. At one point, I could stomach the Choshu, even after Takasugi was long gone. But now, I despise all you, especially the Setsuma, who've let that slimy old fool Kodo trick the Imperial Army to allow Furies infiltrate their ranks. Screw that. No desire to be part of your despicable games. Shiranui, you bastard. Send my regards to Katsura, that spineless prick. Wait a minute. You can't just wander here like you own the place. He's a demon motherfucker. Yes, he can. The Imperial soldiers ready their weapons, charging as one group towards Shiranui. What's this? You pathetic humans really think you stand any chance of defeating me? Think again. Come and try me, you fools. Shinanoi's voice bellowed frighteningly, and before he engaged the soldiers, he winked at Harada and me. Time to go, Spacey. Harada grabbed a hold of my hand tightly. We sprinted as fast as we possibly could towards the Sekisho gates, staying low to avoid detection. Hey, just where do you two think you're going? One of the nearby Imperial soldiers raised his katana out towards us threateningly. Nice try, dipshit. Where do you think you're looking at? It's me you should worry about right now. Shinanoi made short work of the soldier, his bullets ripping him to bloody shreds in front of me. Hey, Spacey. Consider this a token of kinship between demons. You better thank me. You too, Harada. You owe me one. I'll make sure you pay up, you hear me? Yeah, gotcha. Thank you for everything, Shinanoi. Thank you, you're pretty cool for a demon. Harada and I bowed towards Shinanoi and rushed out the gate, which was now totally unguarded. If we've made it this far, I doubt they're still after us. Let's catch our breath. Yeah. We'd sprinted from the Sekisho in such a frenzy that my heart felt ready to burst in my chest. Harada and I were bent over, our hands clutching our knees as we inhaled deep, long gulps of air. I just remembered something weird that Tsunanori mentioned earlier. Something along the lines of how Koto's been using his furies to curry favor with the Choshu. Hold on. Ugh. I hate annoying harassment calls. Go away. Fucking Saturday, dumb fucks. Anyway. Yeah, I remember. Was there anything either of us could do? While on one hand, it was nice to finally have a lead as to where we could find my father, a daunting path had been laid out before us. Nagakura was eagerly awaiting our rendezvous, and time was ticking before Aizu became little more than a war zone. If Mai and Harada's journey were to take us elsewhere, someplace far away from the heart of battle, then there was a chance that Harada and Nagakura would never see each other ever again. I couldn't bear to let it happen without consulting him. Harada, just as I was about to voice my concern, Harada wrapped his arms around my shoulders and drew me into a tight embrace. Yay! Shh, come on, show me the CG. It was so sudden that it was difficult for me to make out Harada's face in the thick darkness. Or maybe not. He pressed my face against his chest purposefully, holding me tighter than he ever had before. As soon as we make it to Utsunomiya, let's update Shinpachi and return to Ito. Just the two of us. And then we're going to confront Koto ourselves. But what about Nagakura? He'll be fine. I'll brief him on the plan. He and I are fully prepared to do whatever it takes to stop Koto from fulfilling his plans, even if we have to split up. I've got Shinpachi covered. You let me handle the details, all right? I nodded, but in my heart, I couldn't answer him. Something in the way he spoke befuddled me. It was almost as if he had been working to convince himself, more than he was trying to convince me. This would have been the perfect time for a CG, and we're just looking at a black screen. What the fuck? Is everything going to work out, Harada? He and Nagakura were thicker than blood, and their friendship stretched since their days at Shie Hall. You know I can't say that, so. I could see the lines of worry forming on his face. I can't see anything because it's just a blank screen. Now we're going to get chapter 4. Sure. Okay. Like, there was a perfect time for a CG. Perfect time for a CG. Why? Why didn't you give me one? Chapter 4. Do 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 do. Harada and I traveled in great haste to Utsunomiya, reuniting safely with Nagakura upon our arrival. Oh, Sano, Spacey, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Yep, as you can see, it'll take more than a bunch of Imperial twerps to kill me. Wow, no kidding. Oh, but it's not like attempting to put a sword through your gut killed you either. Look at the look on his face! Did you see the look on his face? He's like, yeah, okay. That was fucking great. I'm sure those Imperial bastards are gloating to high hell for capturing Ito. Well, let's smash their morale to pieces. I'd like to see the dumb look on their face when they get a piece of me. It's time they knew who they're up against. We're not the same men we were at Toba Fushimi. Nagakura beamed with confidence, which perhaps had been the influence of his new techniques. The Sekio Corps had been broadening his horizons. Anyway... Oh, that's him. Anyways, I bet you two are exhausted from how far you traveled. Your room's all ready for you. Nah, I couldn't sleep a wink. You don't have to worry about me. Actually, I gotta discuss something with you if you got a moment. What?
Discuss something? I can wait. She looks beat. I bet she could use a nap or something for the long journey, too. Come on, Spacey, let's go. I got the prettiest room in the house all ready for you.
Oh, you're nice. Okay, thank you. After offering him my thanks, Nagakura became giddy with excitement. He had practically been pushing us through the front door. Oh, God. Later that evening, Nagakura came bursting into our room, and in his hand was a decanter full of clear liquid. Our room. So, like, does he realize that we're, like, in love with each other now? Because it's like, I don't know. Anyway.
Hey, Sano! Check this out. Spared no expense and got you guys some fancy sake. Woo! Now I know what you're thinking. How nice can this guy get? But I didn't get this just for myself. Really, it's for the two of us to share. Together.
Hey, Shinpachi, that's real kind of you and all. But before we crack into that, we need to talk.
You dumbass. Why are you being such a stick in the mud? We gotta put this in here before we talk about anything out there.
Nagakura was bouncing off the walls, more excited than I had ever seen him before. Nagakura, did you get a girl? Because that's just the only reason. I don't understand. I interpreted it as his way of celebrating the fact that Harada and I had made safe passage en route to Utsunomiya. Watching Nagakura buzz with glee made it hard for Harada to turn him down a second time. Well, alright. I guess I could have just a little drink. So, there's this... What was I gonna tell you? Anyway, with a little more sake in his belly, Nagakura began opening up, and the pace of his voice quickened from when he started a sentence to when it finally ended.
Hey, do you remember when we used to party at Yoshiwara? Huh, like back when we were still training at Shei Hall?
The Men of Yoshiwara. That's a fun game we can play. I was like, Yoshiwara, I know that! Anyway. An authorized self-contained red light district in Edo, where the licensed brothels can be found. Huh? Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, do not bring up his brothel days and his whoring around to me right now. I'm sitting right fucking here. He doesn't know.
Remember? The first time we went, somewhere we were able to convince Kondo to tag along. Every time we set foot in one of those joints, all the women would flock to either you or Hijikata, you know?
Well, yeah, because Hijikata's goddamn beautiful, too.
I mean, you know how shallow men can be. Thinking back on it now, Kondo seemed to have this latent desire to be liked, even back then. I don't know what came over him, but at one point, he fit his entire fist into his mouth just for attention.
Oh, yeah. I remember that now. They were all busting up laughing. For more than a few reasons, I think.
Yeah, those girls couldn't get enough of him. And by that I mean like they were cackling in his face. What a dope. But to Kondo, all that mattered to him was that it made women laugh, getting them all excited and whatnot. And he turned red as a tomato.
No. I'm pretty sure he knew that they were all laughing at him. The Kondo was the type of man who didn't let others ridicule him, and nor was he ever fazed by the opinions of others, especially by women like that. That's just the kind of guy he was.
Yeah. Oh, and do you remember that one time, you know, when Soji found Hijikata's secret notebook full of haiku?
I'm so glad that came up more than once.
They were so terrible. We laughed our asses off, at least until Hijikata found out we took it.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious. I don't think I'd ever seen the veins pop out of Hijikata's face more than they did that day. This is amazing. Somebody, please tell me somebody remembers a haiku. And here's one of them, and tell me it. Harada and Nagakura eagerly traded stories of their youth, reminiscing in the past as they whittled away the liquor from the decanter, one shot at a time. Most of the stories came from their earlier days at Shei Hall. It was Kondo this, or Hijikata that, or Okita this. Oh yeah, all the people that are going to be dead. Each story was recounted so vividly, revealing tidbits of information about people whom I'd grown to admire deeply. It almost felt like I was there. Again, I want to see all of this. I want all of these things in, like, anime form. Somehow, not only had they told each tale convincingly, but without a hint of negativity, too. They clinked their glasses every 5 minutes, toasting to the memories of what used to be, which seemed totally at odds to where they left off with Kondo. Soon, Nagakura's speech became slurred, and he blinked one eye at a time as he looked back at Harada, just like, as you can't.
So,
what's gotten into you? And the only time you drink this much is when you've got something to celebrate. As an outsider, their interaction was what I'd expected when two friends reconnect after a long period of absence, basking in each other's company, but Harada knew Nagakura well enough to spot the difference. Nagakura fell silent. He toyed clumsily with his cup in between his fingers, watching what remained of his sake slosh inside the cup for a moment, until...
Yesterday, I dreamt about Kondo. He had his arms crossed like this, wearing that stern face of his, completely silent. In the dream, I was telling him what was on my mind, just like I usually did. But it was weird. Kondo just sat quietly, and I couldn't even tell if he was listening to me or not. He didn't make a peep. At the end of it, he started bowing profusely. All he said was, "I'm sorry," and then he left.
Oh, God, did he come to you in a dream? Is he dead already? He's dead already, and he already is dead at this point. It's chapter 4, yeah.
And when I finally woke up, I got the feeling that I may never see Kondo ever again.
Oh, you poor little psychic bastard. His spirit came to you and oh, that hurts.
Ain't life just the damnedest thing? One minute I'm leaving the Shinsengumi, the next I'm dreaming that I'm back. What gives?
Nagakura looked just as ready to burst into tears as he was into laughter, and without another word, he gulped down the remaining sake from his cup. I watched their entire conversation unfold from off to the side, silent and sober. The more inebriated Nagakura became, the more I realized why he had greeted us so fervidly. For Nagakura, Harada was all that tethered him to the memories of their past. Everyone else had either split off in a different direction or was no longer with us.
Hey, Sano. At the end of the day, you're the only one who's stuck by me since during our days back in Shei Hall, right?
He's like, about that.
Yep, it's both my blessing and my curse, it seems. Heh, right back at you. Well, since we've come this far together, we might as well.
Oh my God, are you going to confess your love to him? That's so sweet. I feel like I should just be... It's okay. You know what, Harada? If you want to be with Nagakura, it's fine. I'll just go with Kazama or something. Like, this bromance. Nagakura's face was completely flushed with color, and he fell to the floor mid-sentence, snoring as he entered a deep, drunken stupor. Man, that guy's got no control when he drinks. He still drinks like a teenager. Hasn't he learned how to take it easy yet? Harada rolled his eyes from second-hand embarrassment as Nagakura's snoring filled the room. Even as Harada poked fun at Nagakura's boorish behavior, there was a very genuine feeling of love between them. A one that can never be broken. I know the bromance. It's adorable. And it's sad because their other bromance partner is just not with them. Today, Nagakura did all of the talking, and Harada did all of the listening. The rhythm of their conversation suggested that they could just as easily have switched roles. A close rapport developed over years of sharing drinks and stories. Spacey, I hate to bother you, but do you think you can help me carry this big lug back to this bedroom and help me tuck him in? As hilarious as it'd be to leave him in the hallway, he's probably going to wake up with a nasty hangover and kick up a fuss if he sees we left him here. Oh, sure. We're not in the hallway, though. We're in a room. Together, we hoisted the unconscious Nagakura on our shoulders to his room and tucked him in. I think it's like we're going to roll him out into the hallway because we're not staying in our bedroom. Man, I missed my chance to talk to him. That bastard cut me off every time I wanted to say something. Sorry for letting him get the better of me. I promise I'll talk to him tomorrow. Please, there's nothing to apologize for. While it was true that there were still pressing matters to which we needed to attend, that sadly Nagakura had become too drunk to discuss, to some extent, I knew that Harada hadn't wanted to sink the mood of their conversation either. I, just as much as Harada, wanted to savor what time we may have had left with Nagakura. Or at least, this was the impression I gathered from the melancholic expression on Harada's face. Ugh, damn you, Shinpachi. Here I am, taking shot after shot of expensive sake. I couldn't even enjoy my buzz because drunk-ass Nagakura talked through the whole thing. Talked through the whole thing? Harada paused for a moment, curling his lips in hesitation before he expanded on his point. He gazed up at the ceiling, inhaling a deep breath as he shut his eyes. He ran his thin, coarse fingers through his hair. Please show me this. I need the CG. Finally, he opened his eyes, speaking as though he were confessing something to me. You see, I had a dream about Kondo last night, too. Oh, God, it's because he's dead. Oh, guys, that's so sad. That's so sad. Like, we already know he was going to die, but it's just so sad that they're like, we both had dreams about him. Oh, no. No one else did. Unlike Shinpachi, I couldn't talk to him, but he just stood there, and he had the oddest look on his face. It's like he wanted to tell me something. Doesn't it freak you out? What the hell are the chances that the two of us would dream something so specific together? I wonder if it's an omen. And considering how eerie it felt in the dream, I just couldn't shake the feeling that something bad's happened. It was tough for me to offer any input, and instead, I lowered my gaze towards the floor. Nagakura had his own reasons for leaving, but Harada's only reason for abandoning his life with the Shinsengumi, including everyone he had cared about, was me. If Harada were still with the Shinsengumi, and perhaps none of the existential problems that he currently faced would have been a problem for him. If I were an ordinary girl, then Harada would have had no reason to uproot his entire life, leaving behind his beloved group of friends and his position just to protect me. Now I had put Harada in the position of abandoning his best friend, all because of my selfish needs. How crushing was it for him to bid farewell to arguably the most important person in his life? Doubly so for Nagakura, who had no idea that his best friend would soon embark on a life-or-death mission. You should get some sleep soon. You're a tough lady, but we've walked all the way here. I bet you're tired. I'm fine. Tomorrow, we got the long road back to Ito. If you don't rest now, you'll never make it. Harada's resolve was stronger than I anticipated. Come hell or high water, he was determined to lead the two of us back into Ito. Okay, you're right. I'll get some sleep. Harada nodded curtly towards me, and I quietly slinked toward the direction of my bedroom. He's not going to slink in with me, because that'd be nice. Carefully navigating the dimly lit hallway, I passed by Nagakura's room. He had quite a bit to drink, and I wondered to myself whether or not the alcohol had left his system. Literally, it's been 5 minutes! No, it hasn't. Out of concern, I silently poked my head into his room when... Ah! My head bumped into Nagakura, who, to my surprise, had one of his feet out of the door.
Whoa! Sorry, Spacey.
Oh, no, please don't apologize. It was rude of me to enter unannounced.
Hey, any idea how the heck I got in my room? Did I get so drunk that I passed out again?
Literally, it's been, 5 minutes. How are you sober? Yes. You seem to be having so much fun drinking and reminiscing with Harada. I assumed that you were just excited to see each other.
Oh, man. I'm so embarrassed. It only took that much sake for me to pass out.
Don't be. If anything, all it shows is how much fun you and Harada had together.
Well, sure. There's that, too. I just got ahead of myself thinking about how much I'd enjoy fighting alongside him again. I got antsy.
Antsy?
Sano, that guy is the epitome of a warrior. He's a rare breed. Couldn't think of a single person who I could trust with protecting my life more than Harada. But now that we're about to fight for the first time apart from the Shinsengumi, curious to see how we're going to fare in battle together.
Nagakura's eyes beamed with enthusiasm. Ever since he was a boy, Nagakura fostered ambitions of becoming a renowned warrior, leaving his domain to dedicate his life to tireless training. For Nagakura to admit, without hesitation, how much he relied upon Harada was telling. A stunning realization hit me. There was no way I could bear to take Harada away from his best friend on the battlefield. It was a feeling that arose from the very bottom of my soul.
Whoa, you got no idea how badly my head's pounding right now. So I'm gonna get some water. Don't stay up too late, Spacey.
Nagakura poked me with his elbow in a joking manner, and stumbled his way to the hallway towards the kitchen. Thank you, Nagakura. And thank you for helping me realize. Because of you, I realize what needs to be done. Leave without saying anything. God damn it, Spacey, that's a douche move. Sorry, coffee time. After Nagakura fumbled awkwardly into the darkness, I turned around to head back to Harada's room. Harada, I need to speak with you. May I enter? What is it? Come in. We got love points just for showing up. Hey, didn't I just tell you to get some rest already? If you stay up, then you're just gonna faint on our way to Ito. There was something peculiar about Harada's demeanor, though it would have slipped unnoticed to an outsider. Perhaps it was because he and I were beginning to develop an intuitive sense of communication, but I could tell the stress was beginning to get to him. Harada, I am going to leave for Ito tomorrow, alone. A stiff silence was hung between us. Without saying a word, Harada stared intently into my eyes. I'd expected him to react differently, even angrily, but he kept a cool head in spite of my impetuous approach. I think that your place is better suited serving alongside Kondo on the battlefield. So that means I'll head for Ito alone. Our separation is only temporary. You're not even going to bother consulting me, are you? That's right. I'm telling you. Right now. I straightened my back, letting no shred of doubt hinder the confident delivery of my position. Harada seemed to recognize this, and he offered no immediate objection. I'll be more than fine on my own. It's not as dangerous as what you'll have to go through. For now, this is goodbye, but it isn't forever. Stay strong. I'll see you again soon. Do you really believe that? The chances of the Aizu winning are slim to none. Who knows what'll become of Ito? Do you seriously mean to tell me you think there's a chance we'll see each other once the world starts falling apart? My heart skipped in my chest. I knew that. I knew this path wasn't going to be simple. Death was a familiar friend, one that lurked one step behind us at every opportunity. It was likely this would be our last goodbye. Just like that, every fantasy of the future we'd conjured together suddenly dissolved into nothing. A dull ache settled in the pit of my stomach. I don't want to live with any regrets. If I kept my mouth shut, then you would have just accompanied me to Ito, Harada. But doing so would end up sacrificing your time with someone who needs you more than I do. Nagakura was Harada's most trusted ally on the battlefield. Before I arrived, they were by all accounts inseparable, dedicating every moment of their lives in the pursuit of becoming the strongest warriors they could be. What chance did either of them have of keeping their hearts from shattering if the other were to die? What chance did any of us have? Could I watch the man I love mourn the loss of his closest confidant, especially if it were because of my selfishness? I'm so pathetic. It's impossible to shake the feeling that I'm nothing more than a burden to you. All I want is for you to live your life without any regrets, Harada. Because I love you. I laid it all out there, knowing that we had reached a point where I had no other choice but to speak candidly about my insecurities. Harada sighed, blowing air into the bangs on his forehead. It was unclear to me whether his sigh was out of frustration or, worse, complete and utter resignation. I felt defeated either way. Harada paused for a moment, searching diligently for the right words as he stroked his chin. You and I have had this conversation already. But all I ask in life are three things. A beautiful lady, a beautiful home, and some peace and quiet. Then why are you marrying a potato? I mean, seriously. She's derpy cute and her eyes are too big, but she's not beautiful. She's like a derp. Like, let's face it. Can you accept a derp? But you know what? If you think she's, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so hey. Sometimes she looks okay, but most of the time she looks like a derp. I silently nodded. My heart panged hearing him list off the things I felt were out of my reach. And to be quite honest with you, I've had several chances to make this dream into a reality. There have been quite a few women in my time who I'd guess to be my future wife. Damn, Harada! Could you twist the knife a little? Anyway, back when I was with the Shinsengumi, I made more than enough money to support myself and a family. But even with all of my ducks lined up, I never did it. Do you know why that might be? Once more, I shook my head slowly. None of them were good enough for you? I just couldn't get myself to commit. You get it, don't you? Asking for a peaceful life as a warrior seems a little counterintuitive, wouldn't you say? It's a paradox. I don't know a single warrior who's out there toiling all day on the battlefield, only to become a pacifist by nightfall with a wife and a couple of kids at home. Harada's eyes thinned, parsing every facet of his fragile dream right in front of me. This certainly seemed to strike a nerve with him. He had, on multiple occasions it seemed, entertained the notion of pursuing this idle life, only to sweep it from under his own feet to avoid disappointment. He was edging closer to repeating the cycle with me. I can only make one dream come true at a time. For now, that means either fighting with Shinpachi or... He didn't need to finish that sentence. Or spend the rest of my life with you. My heart sank 30 leagues inside of my chest. I was under the naive belief that I had given enough thought and consideration to my decision. So what she's thinking is, look, you fight with him now, and then we can settle down later. Yay! And he's like, look, I either do one or the other. I can't do both. And she's like, oh, you're going to choose Senpachi. I get it. No, he's going to choose you, stupid. But Harada's heartfelt explanation for how he arrived at his own conclusion on the matter crushed me. My mind swirled with guilt. You've chosen me. Yes? You said that you wanted to spend your life with me. Yes. My attempts to stop myself from loving Harada were as futile as asking the ocean not to crash upon the shore. Oh, it's adorable. A sense of yearning overflowed from my heart. However, I knew that giving in to these feelings would only make our impending separation more painful. I want nothing more than to run away. Holding back my tears was proving to be a challenge. Just looking at him felt like a personal torment. He was going to lay down the decisive blow, and all I could ask was for him to be quick about it. I had never felt more disposable than in this moment. Oh, he's going to kiss you. Just as my head was getting the better of me, I've known the answer for some time now. To tell you the truth, it's a no-brainer. There's only one choice for me. Yep. Harada suddenly grabbed a hold of my wrists, pulling me into his body. I was lifted off my feet, landing safely in Harada's gentle, muscular arms, and our eyes locked together. Oh, damn! Oh. Hi. This is a little more, woo! You think I'm an idiot, don't you? His face was only inches from mine. There was an enchanting glimmer in his eyes, but it glowed differently than any other times our lips or bodies had previously been pressed together. Yeah, because he's got you pinned to the floor. This is, hello. Even though I knew what I wanted all along, I had my doubts as well. Does that sound stupid? Harada had to contend with his own internal mutterings, plagued by the uncertainty that accompanied any huge change in life, but that it came on my behalf worried me. It was as if looking into his eyes was like peering into the mirror of his soul, left on display only for me. No other woman has ever stirred up so many feelings in me at once. It's like when I'm next to you, I'm experiencing all of life for the first time. Jesus fucking Christ, could you be any more beautiful? I made my choice a long time ago. The one I choose is you, Spacey. Harada, you raised the stakes, kid. I got so much more to lose without you by my side. I'm sure that as our lives progress, there may be others who will feebly attempt to take your place. But without hesitation, I will always choose you. Oh, it's breaking my heart. So, this is what it means to fall in love. For the first time, I felt the inexhaustible flame of Harada's love consume me entirely, finding myself hopelessly smitten by his portrait of perfection. Dear God, keep getting closer to me. We found ourselves inexplicably drawn to one another. Even if loving him meant risking our lives, throwing any sense of caution to the wind, I did so anyway. I adored every one of his qualities, and I accepted every one of his flaws. There was no turning back. No matter how sinful it may have been. Oh, sinful! Oh! How sinful it may have been. Are we gonna... Yeah? You... My voice cracked before I could string together a sentence. Will always choose me? Me? Yeah. For a split second, this darkness flashed before my eyes. The implications of Harada's choice began to sink in. I imagined Harada, twirling his spear above his head, grinning with Nagakora as the two of them fought together heroically in the Aizu battlegrounds. I've made myself absolutely certain, so... Harada peered into the depths of my soul. Spacey, now it's your turn. May you choose. Don't let go of me. Ah! Tonight, our future together unfurled like a blossom. Really? Yeah? Ah! Oh! Hello. Are we? Oh, dear God. Harada gingerly undid the bun holding up my hair, and all of the fine strands floated down to my shoulders. He stroked the small of my back gently, running his thin fingertips along the string tied around my waist, before plucking it loose with the flick of his finger. Jesus! Wait! What? None of this? Holy shit. I can't even believe this is happening. I am so like... Good Lord. With every touch of his supple lips against my skin, my entire body shivered, feeling the tickle of his kiss against my cheeks, my neck, and behind my ear. I mean, we knew it was implied, like, in between the end of the good path and then the after chapter, or whatever, but Jesus! We never got this in any other route. Why? Why couldn't we have had this in other routes? I mean, we kind of almost had it in Eba's route. He got a little forceful, but... Are you scared, Spacey? One solitary tear streamed down my cheek. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't afraid. Harada was patient, giving me time to answer as he grazed my cheek gently with his delicate hands. You said his hands were calloused and stuff before. There can't be delicate and calloused. There was no time for shyness, and soon, I no longer felt any hint of nervousness in his presence. I wanted his mouth to travel over every surface of my tender flesh, his fingers closely in tow. Jesus, game! I wanted to give him everything, and more importantly, I wanted him to take it from me. I'm not letting you get away this time. Are you sure this is what you want? My hand trembled beside my face, as if searching for something to hold. Without missing a beat, Harada clasped my hand, steadying its incessant shaking. He interlocked his fingers with mine, gripping them like he was holding on for dear life. His hand was mine to hold forever. Every callus, every scar, every accent on his hand's rough exterior was mine, and I loved them. Harada, the rhythm of our breaths became something of a staccato, intensifying as we gave more and more of ourselves to one another in ecstasy. Jesus, this is happening! He nibbled on my lips, pressing me tighter against him. As our lips parted, Harada gazed at me coolly, muttering softly into my ear. we It's Sanosuke. Sanosuke. I uttered his name for the first time. He pinned me down tightly underneath his thick arms, and it felt as though we were being engulfed with heat, trickling through every inch of my body. Damn! I was a demon, and he a human. But these labels mattered little in the passionate throes of our intimate embrace. Jesus. All I'd needed was to believe in him. As long as we were together, life would be worth living. I wanted us to make our dream a reality. I wanted to carve a life for ourselves together. I submitted myself completely to his will. On our first night spent together in the same bed, I made this promise to myself. I can't even fucking believe this! No, what? What? Game! You've been holding out on me! I feel a little cock-blocked for 6 other fucking routes! Like, I mean, Iba's route got a little like, whoa, he's getting a little rapey here. And then like, whoa, he's getting a little forceful, but he didn't do anything. I mean, I don't know. I guess we could have interpreted either way, but I kind of got the feeling that he didn't. But, um, but Iba, Soma, and Ryoma were additives when they split the game and they remastered it, right? So they weren't in the original. So in the original, this is the path that you get boned in. Like, what? I mean, I was not expecting this. Holy shit. I mean, he started off chapter 1 by kissing us, so I guess I should have assumed. But I'm just saying, could we have had something like this in all the routes? Because now I feel a little like sad that we didn't get this in the other ones, but also awkward to read. You're welcome. Spacey had to read the awkwardness. Oh dear God. Bird. Okay. I know. Hold on. I need a drink after that. Jesus. If I smoked, I'd need a smoke. Shit. I can't believe that just happened. Wow. Thank you. Shit. And the following morning.
Yo, Sano, you up?
Woo!
We gotta meet up with Haga later this afternoon to discuss the strategy room. And make sure you aren't hanging around the red light district.
Nagakura joked with Sanosuke, completely unaware that we had spent the night together. I'm in the room, and are we in bed together? Because he's going to notice. My chest tightened nervously as I waited for Sanosuke to initiate the talk between them. Now we're not calling him Harada, now we're calling him Sanosuke. That's great. Hey, Shinpachi, I gotta talk to you.
What's up?
Nagakura perked up out of curiosity, and Sanosuke was hesitant to answer at first, and digging his teeth into his bottom lip. Sanosuke paused and took a deep breath. I like how they're saying his name like every fucking sentence now, like 15 times. It was hard for him to look Nagakura in the eye. I can't go with you anymore. I'm leaving with her today. Nagakura was stunned, standing with his jaw agape as Sanosuke's words registered. Nagakura then scratched his head, letting out a dry laugh.
What the hell, man? Leaving the Shinsengumi wasn't enough for you then? And now you gotta leave me too? Makes me think of the look on Kondo's face when we told him.
When Nagakura realized that Sanosuke was being serious, however, the mood in the room shifted immensely, and Nagakura's expression dropped.
Hey, Sano, what are you playing at? We've come all this way together. We've spent all this time training with this new weaponry. We're finally in a good position to challenge the Satsuma Choshu. What are you thinking?
Nagakura began to raise his voice out of concern. See, I love Harada, I really do. He's one of my favorites. Like, again, top 5. But now it makes me feel like we shouldn't have dated him or Nagakura, because then they could just bromance together and be happy and we wouldn't tear them apart. And now we're going to go down Nagakura's route and tear them apart. Again, it's like, It's like a double whammy, like 2 paths in a row. It's like, ah, we're hurting them. So it's just going to be better when we're out of their routes because we won't have to hurt them anymore. Like, being in Sonen's route was great because we saved him from being evil and demonic and just like a douche. And we saved Okita's life being in Okita's route. Just saying. And Saito is just, he's my favorite, so he doesn't die, so it's okay. He could go live on his own if we weren't with him, you know, but he'd be sad and lonely, and we can protect him because he's our little robot. But I'm just saying, Okita and Sonen are like, it's probably better that we're with them because we saved them. Poor Harada. We're destroying his life. Anyway. Nagakura began to raise his voice out of concern. Although Nagakura often expressed his discontent rashly in the past, and this time was far more reserved. Sanosuke, however, hadn't responded. There was no attempt to sugarcoat things, nor did he insist on any excuses.
Why are you just standing there, huh? Tell me what the hell's going on already. You better have a good fucking reason for breaking a promise like that.
I can't wait till you tell him.
Answer me, you little shit!
By now, Nagakura was shouting at the top of his lungs in disbelief, charging Sanosuke and grabbing him by the lapel as if he'd been betrayed. Nagakura, you can't! He blurted out, watching helplessly from the side. Spacey, stay out of this. Sanosuke snapped at me. Nagakura picked up on our body language, clicking his tongue smugly in response.
Oh, you see how it is? Don't want to say anything, do you? Let's take this outside. If you're not going to talk, then maybe your spear will.
Oh my god, are you going to fight? Why don't you just tell him, look, I need to stop Kodo, and I'm going to save her, and I love her. Okay.
And he'd be like, oh, dude. Okay, I get it.
But here's the thing. Nagakura's pissed that he's going to leave with me. I kind of understand that, because even though, like, everybody loves me, they're all like, yeah, good kid, you're our friend. Like, everything. And it's like, yeah, cool, Spacey. And, like, Nagakura's buddy was with us. When Harada's like, I'm going to leave with her, he's like, fuck that, she's an outsider. Because technically we are. They'd be like, you become friends with a group of people, and there's like 3 people that have been friends the longest time, and then all of a sudden you're like, the other friend's going to hang out with me more. They'd be like, what the fuck, she's an outsider. Kind of get it. But you haven't told him you're in love with me. Maybe he'll understand. He'll still be upset, but I feel like Nagakura might understand. You're making him kind of look like a dick here. But I understand his anger, but maybe explain it to him. Just maybe tell him. Nagakura grabbed Sanosuke's spear and tossed it at him nonchalantly. What's this? Hey, you're letting me use my spear? I don't need this. The sword's all I need to take you down, you know. But you're still using it.
That chance. If we're gonna go sword to sword, you will last a second with me out there.
Nagakura unsheathed his sword and got into an attacking stance, taking long, drawn-out breaths. And I'm standing here like, seriously? Could you just have a normal fucking conversation? This is why women should rule the world. Honey, I can't even believe you're leaving me. Bitch, I love him. I'm gonna go save the world with him, and don't worry, you'll be fine. Oh, you know what? That's cool. Girl, I'm not leaving you, honey. Like, you'll still always be my bestie. Like, but boys have to fight it out. And girls just, you know, I mean, seriously, girls could talk it out. And when there's fighting, it's not physical fighting. Like, seriously? When are you going to kill the other one? And then it's like, well, now we're down 1 person. Way to go, asshole. Like, seriously? Jesus. Men. She just sitting there like, are you fucking kidding me? Can you just not tell him we're in love? And then that would be, just open your mouth and say something. Anyway. It was so silent that one could hear a pin drop when...
Okay, here I go!
Nagakura kicked at the ground, brutishly charging towards Sanosuke with his sword pointed at the ready. There was no way of confusing Nagakura's aggressive movements with playful sparring, and the tip of his blade was aimed for Sanosuke's neck, right behind his carotid artery. Ha! I almost said it wrong. I don't know why I can't fucking read that word. I know what a carotid artery is, but I don't know why when it's on a screen I can't fucking read it. Something's seriously wrong with me. I can't read words. I can barely read. I've just been pretending this whole time. It was unmistakable. If Sanosuke were to perform an incorrect move, causing Nagakura's blade to land on his artery, it would mean certain death. In other words, Nagakura struck with the intent to kill. leaving Sanosuke with no choice but to retaliate to the best of his ability. I see right through you. Sanosuke parried his spear upwards, deflecting Nagakora's strike, their blades clanking noisily upon impact. Urgh! The two of them winced as they pushed back against each other, neither one willing to budge. This is just fucking ridiculous. Just two men can't talk it out. Nagakora leapt backwards, keeping himself distanced from the reach of Sanosuke's spear. Is this supposed to make it so we don't feel bad about leaving Nagakora? Because I feel bad. He's hurting. That's why he's doing this. Harada seized this brief opportunity and darted forward to poke at Nagakora furiously. Nagakora kept ducking and weaving to avoid the spear's tip, which at one point had just barely missed being stabbed into his throat. Ugh! Nagakora nearly bent his spine backwards, getting out of the way of Sanosuke's spear. An electrifying aura permeated the air around them, each warrior emanating remarkable levels of energy. They exchanged blows so rapidly that neither could afford to relent, demonstrating poise as they came back stronger with every strike. And watching their blades constantly teeter on the edge of a killing blow made my breathing tense. You little shit! A sudden retaliation slapped me across a realization. I was like, what? Sudden realization slapped me across the face. Neither Sanosuke nor Nagakora were strangers to the other's fighting style, nor were they fazed by the constant pressure of their cutthroat battle. Are they just, you're like, this is just, neither one's gonna kill each other. Okay. As an outsider, their duel was more akin to a choreographed dance, fluid and effortless. All of it seemed too obvious to me now. It was a display of mutual admiration, two incredible warriors dueling at the peak of their abilities. And both of them had huge grins across their faces, so this is their way of saying goodbye. He's like, okay, peace out, man. Like, seriously? That's... What? You're leaving? I'm gonna fight you, you motherfucker. And they're out there like, yeah, that was cool. Okay, bro, see you later. Have a good time. Nice. What? Boys. Fucking boys. No amount of fatigue could deter them from giving each other their all, but Nagakora faltered just a bit. Sanosuke unleashed a punishing flurry of attacks against which not even Okita could defend. Wow! You just dissed Okita. That's only because he's got tuberculosis. Shut up.
Damn you! You're really trying to kill me! I didn't ask for a shave. Sheesh! You've been practicing, haven't you?
Sweat glistened across Nagakora's forehead, below which were his eyes burning intently. Even so, Nagakora flashed a wide smile. All right, back at ya. If you were fighting anyone else, they would have been killed in the first minute. Sanosuke responded with a smile in kind. He's so fucking pretty. It appeared as though both of them were in their element, basking in the extreme tension. Nagakora swung his blade downwards, only to be blocked by Sanosuke, who shoved the butt end of his spear squarely into his solar plexus.
Ugh!
There was no chance for Nagakora to dodge this time. Nagakora had the wind thoroughly knocked out of him, and he dropped to the floor in exhaustion. Of course he's going to win. Of course Harada's going to win. Hello? And if they do this exact same thing when we're in Nagakora's route, Nagakora's going to win. Love wins. As Nagakora tried to catch his breath on the ground, Sanosuke pointed the end of his spear at his throat. That settles that. Sanosuke gazed proudly down at his friend in a show of tender affection. Aw. Bromance. This is how bromance works. With his brows furrowed, Nagakora looked as if he were about to say something to Sanosuke, but instead he got back to his feet, dusting the dirt from off of his shoulders and knees.
Ugh, damn it. I don't get you. At all. Man, you really are one in a million, man. The two of us, we could have achieved so many great things together on the battlefield. Why are you giving up the fight before it's even started? You're wasting everything you worked so hard for. Your spear's never gonna forgive you. On top of it all, it's because of a woman? Ugh, I don't get it at all.
Well, you would have if you saw last night. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm just kidding. Although Nagakora looked all smiles, upon closer inspection, I swore that I could see ample tears forming behind his dark eyes. Oh, dark eyes. His eyes are like sky blue. Instead of chastising him, Sanosuke extended an affectionate glance toward Nagakora, responding to his objections calmly. Oh my god, please bro hug. You know, swords have their time and place. For some, like you, that time is whenever. And for others, it's when your country calls upon you. But for me, and the woman I love, I find that this time is slowly losing its place in our lives. Fighting has lost its luster, at least for me. Besides, each warrior's duty is to protect the women and children in his life, first and foremost, is it not?
God damn it! I know that! Let me wallow in my self-pity, would you?
Nagakura smirked wistfully, sheathing his sword back into its scabbard. His shoulders slumped lackadaisically, pausing for a moment before addressing Sanosuke.
Hey, Sano, there's just one thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
She was never in the picture. Do you think you still would have left the Shinsengumi with me when we did?
Spacey raised his hand. Yes! And you would have a strong, beautiful bromance? And at some point you would go your own separate ways, but willingly, and I wouldn't have torn you apart. But in this, I'm going to tear you apart. And then it's okay, because then we're going to redo this whole thing. We're going to go back into the past, redo it, but I'm going to rip you apart again, because I'm going to be a Nagakura side. And it's just like, so yeah. I'm going to fuck you up for the next 2 turns of this Groundhog's Day scenario we got going on. And then you'll be fine again. Nagakura's abrupt question took Sanosuke by surprise, and his eyes widened immediately. I stood nervously, rubbing my fingers out of anxious habit, before Sanosuke broke into a quiet chuckle. Sorry, I need a drink. What the hell kind of obvious question is that? I'm standing in front of you right here, right now, aren't I? That's all the proof you need. Nagakura's eyes were turning watery, trembling in awe towards the person he most revered. Can we just adopt him? Can we just be like, look, we're going to go off and live on, you know what, you should just come with us. Come with us. It'll be a threesome. Like, that's weird. Okay, we're not having sex with you two, but you can come live with us. You'll be like our kid's weird uncle that just, or, you know, just not the weird uncle, like the weird one, but like the weird one, like the fun one. That's like a little crazy and kooky and like, why does he never get married? Because he doesn't know how to talk to ladies. Don't ever take advice from him, kids. Like,
got it.
Hey, could you watch the kids while we go have sex? Because, like, it's not a tiny little house. Oh my god. Oh, I love it! I just wanted to see the 2 of them bro hug. I just wanted the 2 of them and she has to ruin it. But, like, look at his fucking face. God, he's so pretty. Oh, but I love it. I love the bro hug moment.
Well, screw you guys. This is way over my head. Go do whatever the hell you want. My heart's pulling me somewhere else.
Nagakura walked behind us, standing between me and Sanosuke as he gently patted our backs. I don't need your permission to leave. Don't go running your mouth before the Imperial Army tears your ass a new one. Give them all you got. Watch out for yourself. Sure enough, they were back to trading banter in the only way they knew how.
Spacey, Sano ever makes you cry, then you come back to me, got it?
I'll make sure to
teach him a lesson. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna get some payback for what he pulled on me earlier.
Oh yeah? Bring it on. I like it to be a challenge. For once. And judging by how easily they settled back into treating each other like best friends again, I'm sorry, we're gonna go live on the beach somewhere strange, and he's gonna come visit us. Because he's like one of the few that doesn't die. I mean, Saito's going to go off on his own, everyone else is going to die, and Nagakura's going to come and hang out with us at our beach house with our kids. It's gonna... Uncle Shinpachi? That's just what's going to happen. Okay, shut up. Anyway. And judging by how easily they settled back into treating each other like best friends again... Okay, Nagakura, let's make sure we see each other again. There was a light inside of me, a candle kept safe beside my warm heart, telling me that one day, all of us would come together like we had now. We will. It was a potent hope, and we would all be reunited soon, and these tenuous days would be behind us. So long as all of us live, there will always be a chance. Well, the 3 of you, yeah. But nobody else, but the 3 of you, yeah. It's really sad the way she says that. Like, someday we'll be able to be together again. It's like, oh, well, I mean, the 3 of you, yes, but it makes it sad. Like, if you had done this without doing any of the other routes, not knowing. I mean, in some of the other routes, you don't really know what happens to them, but we know in Saito's route. Like, Saito's route pretty much tells you everyone's fucking fate. It's like, this is everyone's fate. So you kind of already know who's gonna die and who's gonna live, and you know they live. But, like, in some of the other paths, you have no idea. They're like, they went off, and who knows if they're alive or dead? You don't know. Like, just leaves it open. So we know, but it's like, in this, it almost is like, if we're all alive at the end, and you're like, ooh, that makes it sound like one of you's gonna die. That makes it sound like Nagakura's gonna die, because it's not gonna be you two, right? Unless you're in the bad path. But you know that's not the case, so it's like, but it's still like, oh, you're trying to make me think he's gonna die, but I know he's not, so stop. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this part up here because we're over time, and we'll continue in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.